I have jalapeno, red and green, and some onions together. I'm speechless because this is so good and I just want to stop filming so I can finish this. Do you love spicy foods and also the taste of bulgogi? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make spicy pork bulgogi called 제육볶음. This spicy marinade will tenderize the toughest cut of pork into this delicious, moist, spicy, and garlicky pork bulgogi. Yep, once it hits the lips, you will not be able to stop eating this spicy pork bulgogi. Forget that boring salad. Instead, eat this Korean BBQ lettuce wrap filled with delicious pork and fresh vegetables. 오늘의 레시피, 고깃집보다 더 맛있는 제육볶음 만들기. 오늘도 여러분들과 영어로 함께 하겠습니다. Hi everyone, this is Helen and welcome to Modern Pepper. 안녕하세요, Modern Pepper의 헬렌입니다. To make our spicy pork bulgogi, we need 600 grams of thinly sliced pork. Any lean pork meat will do, except for pork belly, which is too fatty for this recipe. Soak the sliced pork in a bowl of cold water for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is to remove the excess blood from the meat. If you want your bulgogi to taste delicious, do not skip this step. Then 10 to 15 minutes later, pour into a strainer. Shake it a few times and let it sit in the strainer while we make the marinade. To make our spicy bulgogi marinade, we're going to add the following items to a blender. I have about 6 to 8 garlic cloves. Then I have 1 ginger, bigger than the size of my thumb. Then I have quarter of a white onion. And then I have 1 red pepper. I'm using red jalapeno. You could use any red pepper and make sure to hollow out the seeds inside. And then we're just gonna put it in our blender. And then we're gonna add a quarter cup of water. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of vinegar. I'm using brown rice vinegar, but any white vinegar will do. And then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of mirim. If you don't have mirim, add half lemon juice and half water. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of 매실청. So 매실청 is green plums fermented in sugar. If you don't have this, add 2 tablespoons of pureed apple or pear. Make sure it's really ripe and sweet. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of Jin Soy Sauce. If you don't have Jin Soy Sauce, just use all-purpose soy sauce. Just make sure it's Korean though, or Japanese if you can't get to a Korean market. And at low speed, we're gonna blend this for about a good minute or until it's completely pureed. Ooh, it smells so garlicky and delicious already. Pour this into our mixing bowl like that. Yeah, shake it all and get everything out of the blender. You know me by now, I don't like to waste anything that tastes delicious, you know? Make sure to scrape everything out. I do this in remembrance of my grandmother. She doesn't like to waste anything when she cooks. And I have 3 tablespoons of GoChuJang. This is fermented red pepper flakes. GoChuJang is not something that you could just whip up. Some of the commenters asked me. And to this, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I have some gochugaru here. This is dried pepper flakes. I'm gonna take a big pinch, add it to our marinade here. And to this, we're gonna add some black pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon. So you just mix until the gochujang is fully dissolved in our marinade. So look at that. After whisking for about good 20-30 seconds, the foam has completely disappeared. And look how beautiful our red, delicious, spicy bulgogi marinade looks. This smells so good. It's like I could almost put my face in it, but I won't, okay? I won't. It smells that delicious. Let's have a quick taste test. Ooh, it's spicy, but good spicy. Oh, I love it. I'm totally waking up now. It's garlicky, it has a little bit of sweet taste. This is not meant to be sweet tasting, so remember that. I could taste a little bit of the ginger and onion, and then the spiciness from the gochujang and the peppers. It's totally like taking over my face. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Our pork, look at that, just sitting in the strainer for about good 5-8 minutes, naturally pulled out all the excess water. And then all we have to do is just put it in our marinade bowl. To this, I'm gonna take a big pinch of salt and then just sprinkle it on our pork meat right here. And then we're gonna pick up our pork and just break it up. I mean, these are really thin slices, so you don't even really need to break it apart that much. You know what? I can't believe I'm wearing white today. What was I thinking? Now, all you have to do is like give it some love and massage it, make it nice. As Dorinda would say from the Real Housewives of New York, make it nice. So I will massage it for about a good minute, just so that our pork meat gets a lot of love in our delicious marinade. After that, I would pick it up and put it in my glass container. Make sure to pour the rest of our marinade on our pork like that, and then spread it evenly. Okay, so using a wet paper towel, I'm just going to go around the rim and clean our container. And then we're gonna put a layer of plastic wrap on top. I always like to do this sort of to protect my food that I'm gonna marinate and to give it a moisture blanket so everything's sort of contained within. And just gently press it down to release any air pockets that might be below. And then put our lid on it. Now, if you are in a pinch, let this sit on your kitchen counter for about good 45 minutes to an hour before you start grilling. Or put it in your refrigerator for 48 hours if you want to make it taste really yummy. Below, here's one that I already made. There's a note on it. I always have to label my food because a lot of people in my house just eat up everything that I taste for you guys. All right, so let's take a look. This is so ready to be cooked and eaten right now. All right, so we're gonna put this to the side. So while the meat is resting, we're gonna cut up some vegetables to add to our stir fry. Onion is a must, the rest is optional. We need half of a medium-sized onion and add it to our plate. Then we have 1 scallion. Just gonna cut it down the middle here. And then just cut into big lengths like that. Now I have green jalapeno and I have red jalapeno. These are optional. I like to add these because I like to make it a little extra spicy. I'm gonna cut this down the middle, and I always like to take the seed out because I really don't like chewing on them. And it also makes my dish look kind of messy in my opinion. Then the jalapeno, the green jalapeno down the middle. I'm only gonna use half of this because I feel like the green jalapeno is more spicy than the red one. And then we're just gonna cut them into strips, like so, and put it on our plate. Notice how I'm wearing gloves because I learned the hard way. After cutting like spicy peppers, I went to change my contact lenses, you know, after washing my hands and such, and literally I burned my eyeballs out for like 3 days in a row because the oil from the peppers linger on your fingertips for days. At least that's the case for me, so I always wear my glove, and so should you. Set your heat to high, place your frying pan, and let it preheat for about a good minute to 2 minutes. Then I want you to add a generous amount of oil, about a good tablespoon, and swirl the oil around. Then we're gonna add our spicy pork. Ooh. Then mop out all the marinade. Then quickly spread the pork evenly in your frying pan like that. Swirl around to move the oil to the other side, and your heat remains at high. And we're gonna just leave this alone for a good 3 to 4 minutes. About 2 minutes later, you'll see all the liquid kind of being pulled out of the pork. This is good. Leave it alone. Do not, I repeat, do not touch or flip the pork. Leave it alone. It's been 4 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh, this is exactly what we want. A little bit of that charred mark on our pork. Oh yeah. Then we're gonna lower our heat to medium, and I want you to quickly turn everything over. Now we're just gonna stir fry everything. Okay, so you see a little bit of that stain on the side of the wall. Mop it off with a piece of pork. That's all gonna add to the flavoring of our spicy pork bulgogi. Then I want you to add all of our vegetables quickly, and with our heat still remaining at medium, I just want you to quickly stir fry our vegetable with our pork like so. So as soon as you see the onions starting to get a little translucent, which is in about less than 2 minutes on medium heat, this is basically done. I have jalapeno, red and green, and some onions together. 너무 맛있어요. The pork tastes so tender because we marinated it for 48 hours. So that is critical if you want to take any cheap cut of meat and make it really tender and yummy. It doesn't taste fatty at all. You need to make this at home. And then quickly transfer this to a plate. Oh, look at that steamy goodness of spicy pork. Oh yeah. To this, we're gonna add some 깨소금 on top. That's sesame seeds with some crushed salt. And then we're gonna add a generous drizzle of sesame oil. Oh, yep, like that. So the proper way to have our 제육볶음 spicy pork is you take a piece of lettuce, cut the bottom part off, and then I have 깻잎. So you could use any lettuce of your choice, and I have 깻잎. 깻잎 is perilla leaves. If you don't have that, you could use arugula or any, choice of your favorite lettuce. And to this, we're gonna add a small amount of Korean rice, okay? And then we're gonna add a small piece of pork. I like to add some onions and some scallions and the jalapeno like that. We're gonna add our samjang. It's a must when you have Korean lettuce wraps. I have a recipe for that, so check it out. And then what you wanna do is just fold it over like that. And then you tuck the other side, fold it over, tuck the other side and fold it over. And you hold it tight like this. This is it. One bite size lettuce wrap with our spicy pork and vegetables. Oh yeah. If you've never had this, you're missing out. Bon appetit, everyone. You know what would make this even better? Because the lettuce wrap is amazing. Adding that 깻잎 just added a different layer of fresh lettuce herb taste. It's almost Friday. Not really, but we'll pretend it is. Oh, I wish I could cheers with you. Come back, everyone. 여러분 참 행복합니다. 제육볶음 plus soju, you're welcome. 제육볶음 is also so good. I mean, lettuce wrap, of course, right? But with some rice and the onions and the peppers, it adds such a nice touch. And of course, piece of kimchi on top just makes everything taste so much better. I wish I could feed you, so I'm gonna try. Say, ah! Oh my goodness, this is so big. I can do it though, I promise. So good, so happy. A light beer would go really well with this too. I'm speechless because this is so good and I just want to stop filming so I can finish this. I want to thank everyone for watching today, and don't go anywhere. Make sure to go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/modernpepper, and check out my Korean barbecue playlist. There's more Korean barbecue that we can make together, so I will see you there. And as always, please do click on that thumbs up icon if you enjoyed watching today's video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. 여러분 오늘 재밌게 보셨으면 꼭 좋아하는 버튼과 구독 버튼도 꼭 눌러주세요. 다음 비디오에서 꼭 뵙겠습니다. Alright folks, I will see you in one of the videos right here.